Oh, it's another feel-good Friday. The temperatures are agreeing, which means we're about to make it hotter. Coming to you live from our Johannesburg studios. Welcome to Trendz Live on SABC. Kamala Mumnetisi, but you can call me Mne. It's another installment of feel-good entertainment on a feel-good Friday. So much is coming up on the show this evening, and we cannot wait to give it all to you. We kickstart the show by keeping you in the loop with what's happening in the world of entertainment. We start the show with the local and international entertainment news making headlines this week. Have a look.
The story that captured the hearts of many now has a sequel. Disney released a new trailer for its animated feature, Moana 2. It's set 3 years after the original, with Lee Carvalho and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson reprising their roles as voices of the Polynesian seafarers Moana and Maui.
We're gone forever.
It was 3 days, but I found this.
It's an ancient island, cursed by a power-hungry god. Setting foot on its sands would break the curse, bring our people together again.
In music, it's a big day for British rock band Coldplay as they released their 10th studio album, Moon Music. Lead singer Chris Martin said the album is a response to internal and external conflict, with love being the best response. The Grammy Award-winning group ensures that the physical copies of the album were as environmentally sustainable as possible. Each LP is made from 9 recycled PET plastic bottles.
You've got all my love, whether it rains, it remains.
Award-winning Tyler has just dropped the deluxe edition of her self-titled debut album, Tyler. This refreshed project includes new tracks, Shaker, Push to Start, and Back to You. The star is coming back home with performances in Africa this December. We celebrate with Msaki this year as she marks a milestone in the music industry. The Eastern Cape-born talent has expressed thanks to all those who have supported her authentic and poetic music style. Kamagu in Symphony takes place in December. U.S. Democratic presidential nominee Vice President Kamala Harris has hit the podcast circuit, notably an interview with veteran broadcaster Howard Stern. Then Harris surprised audiences with an interview on Call Her Daddy, a comedic and relationship-based podcast hosted by creator Alex Cooper.
Madam Vice President, welcome to Call Her Daddy.
In 2023, it was the second most listened to podcast on Spotify and remains trendy in 2024. U.S. presidential elections are set to take place on the 5th of November 2024. That's all for tonight. Stay trendy.
We're back again with another update next week Friday, so keep it locked to Trendz Live. Now, it's razzle-dazzle season, and the who's have already hit the ground running with fun entertainment, and you know that's where we dabble in just to keep you in the loop. The All-Invitational Polo Tournament is a week away, and we have the entire lowdown for you by catching up with the fashionistas and polo pros ahead of the big event day on Sunday, 20th of October, set to take place at the prestigious Inanda Polo Club in Sandton. Silepe Maifadi was out there having the time of her life, as always.
Polo has become one of the most favorable lifestyle sports in Mzansi. It is one of those seasonal activities that are enjoyed on a beautiful sunny day with the family, just really indulging in the beautiful fresh air, having a little ride or just a walk on the side of the polo field.
Polo is all about kind of bringing people together. It's all about elegance and opulence. Polo is one of the only sports where you can get mixed gender teams, so male and females playing on one team together. Inclusivity and diversity is something that's quite important to the brand.
I don't know much about the sports. I just still will be looking pretty, will be looking good, posing next to the horses, cheering them on, and yeah.
I also just think it's an opportunity to learn about the polo, so it's really like exciting.
I do know a lot about the sport. You know, I hang out with the whites. So, you know, what a chukka is? A chukka is when it's like a set, basically. They last 12 minutes, and then when one scores, they swap over.
Oh.
Yes, honey. I also know what a divot is. Do you know what a divot is?
I'm not sure, Tools. Care to enlighten us?
A divot is when the horses are galloping all over the ponies, because they're not horses, they're ponies. They're galloping on the pitch, and then they lift the grass. So halfway during the match, everyone in the crowd, that's why I'm telling you, bring a wedge, don't come in heels, and comes and stomps the divots. And that's when they push the grass back into the ground.
Fashion goes hand in hand with this elite sport, and one thing we want to do is be on point, right? The fashionistas will know best. Let's ask what they would give a green light for such a sporting event.
Do you think heels are the thing to go for?
Yes. Absolutely. Always heels.
Like in the grass.
Yeah. Absolutely. If it works with the outfit, you gotta see it through. Yeah.
Okay, I need everyone to listen to me very carefully. The polo is not a matric dance. Please do not come in your tra-la-la dresses. Do not come in heels. There is grass everywhere. There's ponies here. You don't want those Jimmy Choo heels in horse. Okay, so that's the one thing. Come with a great attitude. Make sure your wig is laid nice and tight. It's hot, ladies. You know, don't want to see any lace move, you know, lifting. And also the baby hairs. We don't need the baby hairs now all over our faces.
Very short dresses, look very chic, have little elements that touch into being chic, which is your shades, a big hat. It's always a win for the polo. So just getting skin ready for the polo. We're showing more skin. We're not wearing ball gown dresses, so that's why I'm like, get skin ready for the polo.
Okay, so it must be like a cute, short dress.
Very chic, cute, elegant at the same time.
Something regal.
Yeah.
You need to show up.
Definitely a statement piece. You have to be remembered. Yeah.
So the bigger the hat, it's a yes.
Absolutely. The bigger the hat, the bigger the dress, the bigger the poof, everything. Give it to us.
Just don't overcomplicate things. Express yourself, but don't overdo it. Touch of green or whatever they say. Follow the rules. The weather's nice now, so all of my clothes are breathable. With a touch of something that can keep me warm if it does get cold. Touch of green, and expressing myself.
It takes a lot to get ready for the action on game day, and more so for those on the field. Let's dig deeper into what it really takes.
These horses, the majority of them are from the racetrack. We buy them as 3-year-olds. It then takes 3 years to train a horse like that. In that 3 years, the horses need to be cared for, vaccinated, you know, might need to see a physio or a chiropractor or acupuncture or something like that. The horse's feet get done every 4 to 5 weeks, depending on the surfaces that they're playing on. A horse will exercise at least twice a day. They get fed 2 to 3 times a day. It's quite a strict nutritional routine. I mean, these are sportsmen that we're building. They're not just horses. It's an athlete. So nutrition is really key, and obviously the type of work that they do is key. And the grooms, the guys in the background, are doing a lot of those basic exercises. Myself as a pro player will come in later on, and we will stick and ball and play chuckers and practice the horses. Obviously, you know, just getting them a bit more fit.
Can we go through the key polo terminology for a sec? Let's call it a guide to polo for newbies, shall we? What's the 411, Craig?
Those who've never watched polo, the period of play would be called a chukka. Rugby, soccer, you've got 2 halves. In polo, we've got 4 chukkas. So that's something that people can take away with. It's not a polo stick or a hammer or a whatever. We call it a polo mallet. Our horses are called polo ponies. They're not tiny little ponies, but it's a term that stems from way back when there was a height limit on horses, and they preferred to use smaller, shorter horses. That's gone, but so we call them polo ponies. I think those are probably the basic ones that people need to know.
But Trendy, there you have it. Will you be stepping out this season to enjoy this trendy lifestyle sport?
Hi, my name is Pindile.
I am Kiamoko,
and you're watching Trendz Live.
My name is Tulane Tools Hedebe, and you are watching Trendz Live.
I love me some fashion and polo. Listen, we're going to take a quick ad break. When we come back, we give you fashion with a purpose. We'll sit down with the 2024 Miss Earth SA. You don't want to miss it. It's Trendz Live. Miss Earth South Africa is one platform that packages conversations around environmental issues in an engaging manner, putting young women's voices at the forefront of our challenges. Recently, the current reigning queen was crowned, poised as a sustainable fashion warrior. Jessica Nel joins us in studio alongside Miss Earth South Africa founder Ella Bella. Ladies, welcome to Trendz Live. Thank you so much for joining us. Yay! I want to chat about Miss Earth SA. Ella, I'll start with you. Talk to me about the background of the pageant and tell me all about it.
You know what? It's 21 years of impact. We've gone many years where we've really tried to educate and create environmental ambassadors. And for us, it's so important that we recognize the need for these ambassadors in communities. We've got a huge problem. We're not talking about the outside world. We're talking about here and now. In our areas, in our communities, we have a waste problem. We have polluted water. We have polluted air. You know, these are things that we as people need to address so that we are able to create a change, create a knock-on effect of these young warriors teaching young people about the environment and ways to better reduce, reuse, recycle, respect and rethink the way in which we use the Earth's resources.
Oh, I absolutely love that. And we found such a warrior proof perfect, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Jess, congratulations on your
you
crowning, first of all.
Thank
My
you so
goodness me, you're absolutely gorgeous. Tell me what drew you so immensely to nature?
So what drew me to nature was, I mean, from a young age, my parents had told us, be outside, be in nature. And I remember as a little girl, my mom dressing me in these beautiful, pretty little dresses, and I'm out there climbing trees with my brother. So it's always been a long time coming. And I mean, my parents always told me that it's not just important for your physical health, but your mental health. So I've done activities such as horseback riding. I actually have my diver's license.
Hey.
So not just on land, but underwater.
Hey. Oh, an ambassador through and through, on the ground and under the water. My gosh, that's so exciting. Ella, talk to me about the kinds of actions or projects that a Miss Earth SA draws inspiration from.
You know what, we really have to look around our society and have a look at the things that we're doing on a day-to-day basis. So the projects that we have to get these young ladies to do during the course of the year as being part of the leadership and empowerment program are their own tree plantings, because there's such a need for trees. You know, not just green and beautifying our communities, but we need that good clean air that they provide. You know, it's also, there's so many knock-on effects with planting trees. We're planting seeds in these young children's minds about, I planted that tree. I own that tree. There's a belonging, there's a connectiveness to the environment. And that is so important, because if you're not connected to the environment and you don't look around you and say, how can I better clean up? How can I recycle? How can I look after the animals that are in my community? You're not going to teach those children to have a love for the environment. So for us, it is so important that we teach that love, we plant that seed so that they grow up to be better citizens, serving people and planet. You cannot have social and environmental issues separate.
100%.
They go hand in hand.
100%.
And the sooner we can teach young people about that, children and the young Miss Earth ladies from around South Africa, the better we're going to create change in our communities going forward.
I love it. And when you speak about children, then that speaks to sustainability, because we're looking forward to the future. I remember we used to plant trees when we were in primary school, things that I absolutely love. But speaking about sustainability then, Jess, because you are a sustainability fashion warrior. Yes. Fashion and design is something that's very close to your heart. Talk to me about how we can create fashion that's sustainable and that's environmentally friendly. How can we do that?
Yes. So I've always thought of fashion as something, you need to buy fashion as staple pieces. So fast fashion is a big problem in the world at this moment. So if we can teach and educate people to buy pieces that you can use through and through, proper quality pieces that are ethically made and that are sustainable, I think that it's a great way to teach people to also maybe thrift or look online for pieces that might be a little bit more expensive, or maybe rather renting some pieces, which I actually have a small business where I rent out evening dresses.
Oh, wow.
Because it might not be something that you want to buy and you keep it in your cupboard and at the end of the day you throw it out.
100%.
So we're trying to teach people, try and be sustainable, buy smart, and just be and try and buy from ethical brands as well.
Oh, 100%. And I mean, I guess it's a feel-good decision, you know?
Yes.
Just spend that little bit extra knowing that you're doing good for the environment. I love it. Ella, Miss Earth SA has a leadership element to it. Talk to me about the characteristics and the criteria that you use when you're judging the candidates that enter the pageant.
So we are always on the lookout for young women that are passionate about the environment. They don't necessarily have to have studied it or, you know, planted their own. How many trees have you planted? 1,000 trees. And the thing is we need them to be having that passion. We want them to say, you know what, I'm open to being able to give back to the community. And for us, it's so important. So we do workshops, we do online meetings, we do educational round tables so that these young women know all the elements of the environmental space. You know, the industry is growing and changing and we're learning all the time. So we learn a little bit more. I always say, you'll see me with the green glasses. I put them on and I tell people, doesn't matter how old you are, you've got to put those green glasses on and you've got to look through those earth lenses. You know, we've just had, as you mentioned, the gala event at the Sandton Convention Centre. And there we actually got to teach a whole room of people that are not necessarily converted environmentalists, but they want to be involved. They want to be able to say, you know what, I can do more. And the more that we have these young girls applying into the program, they give back to their community. And that is the beautiful part, because they themselves take recycling back home.
100%.
They think about ways, instead of, you know, using their coffee cup only once, they take a reusable, washable cup to the coffee shop the very next day. There's so many things that we can do that are small actions that have a huge impact. And that's what we're trying to educate the young woman of South Africa.
Absolutely. Here's another thing though, Ella. Pageants are very stereotyped, right? Talk to me about how Miss Earth SA is very different in terms of your unique standards, and then talk to me about how you see and envision Miss Earth SA going forward and spreading its wings.
You know what? It's very much centered around the pageant, and this is just one element of it. We really want to look at these young women not just as their beauty, because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So what's beautiful to me is not necessarily beautiful to someone else, but rather look deeper. And that's what this program really does. We look deeper at what is the cause, what is the purpose of this, what is the message. Yes, they're beautiful, so you stop and listen, but what is it that they're giving you that really can change the society, change the way we do things? And that for us is so important. And 100%. That is why we kind of look at the things that we are educating them on, about the way they eat fish, the way that they buy in the shops, taking a plastic bucket or a reusable shopper bag. Those small things, we're teaching people that we've got to be reducing, reusing.
And recycling.
There we go. There we go. There we go. You got it.
I absolutely love it. Ella, Jess, thank you so much for joining us this evening on the show. I know you're heading to the Philippines soon. We'll be glued to your social media. All the best. Represent us well and fly our flag high. We're super, super proud of you. That was the ladies from Miss Earth SA joining us in studio, talking about all things sustainability and beauty right here on Trendz Live. On to something truly exciting now. On first Sunday, we took to 44 Stanley in Auckland Park to check out the opening of a new studio by multiverse photographer Arthur Dlamini as he celebrates a key milestone in his career. Our producer Selepe Maifadi was out there to have a look at what's going on.
Meet Arthur Dlamini, a Johannesburg-based photographer.
This is my studio. This is where I create work. This is where I take pictures. This is where I paint.
He has been capturing captivating memories through the lens for over 10 years. And in celebration of this milestone, he invited his loved ones to the opening of his studio.
So today for me, it was a day to pray, a day to thank my ancestors, a day to thank my mother, which my gift comes from my mother.
Arthur was faced with many challenges in his upbringing, but he found a way to use that to fuel his passion.
There was a time in my life when times were really tough. I used to pick up chicken leftover skins so my kids can eat and live. But because God is good, Thokozani is here today. Look at the work he is doing. This is his place, the very same one that would eat chicken skin leftovers. But because God is good, thank God.
When I started, I was just like trying to feed my family and to make sure that one day I'll be able to buy my mother a house, with the work that I do. And yeah, that's been like one thing that really pushes me to take my family outside of poverty, you know, to bring comfort into my family and to also inspire like other kids who come from a township, kids who come from Davidton, kids who don't think that like it's possible. It is possible. Like if you have a gift, if there's something that you do and you serve your gift will make room for you.
He picked up various disciplines along the way, such as music and art, that eventually led him to photography, a world that he settled perfectly into.
Like I remember before he went independent, he always had a dream that one day I'll be exhibiting. One day my pieces are going to be at the most amazing people's houses, you know? And I look at him today and it just connects, everything connects, you know? It's amazing, it's beautiful to see something that someone used to just talk about as a dream coming to life and becoming a real thing. And it also inspires me as well.
Now his name is mentioned in many influential rooms across the creative industry, affording him investors, mentors, and peers that support his vision.
I love the creative space, and at this point where we realize how much our artists really need the support, to me just made sense. And I love Arthur and I love his work. I've watched his work before, so when he spoke to me and asked me to get involved, I was like, yes, definitely.
As a photographer, obviously I took him in on, he was already photographing, he was already a photographer, he was already doing wonders, but I only introduced jazz on his portfolio, on his catalog, and he's done amazing work. So yeah, so maybe he will carry on, you know, exploring more things as long as it builds up on his catalog.
You know, every artist has like a central theme or signature to their works. What do you think it is about Arthur that stands out?
I love how he does the texture part, you know. He's not an aesthetic person, he's a texture. So you'll see things that you didn't even know. Even if she take a picture of you, you'll be like, oh my God, I have that and it's so beautiful through his eyes. It might be something that you are insecure about, but because he captured it, he makes it look so beautiful.
Everything that he does is connected to his spirit. What he does is spiritual. So he doesn't do something like a gig or take a photo just for taking a photo, you know. But he connects, if it connects to him and it resonates to him spiritually, then he will do it. I mean, if you look at the art that he's got in there, it's all connected spiritually, you know, the photos of Thandiso Mazwai, the photos of the candles and everything, that's all spiritually connected, and that's the one thing that I pick up from that. And I think it also resonates with me as well.
I capture feeling, I capture emotions, I capture people's souls. I've seen people walking into the studio and crying by just looking at an image and telling me how healing this image is and everything. And the intention when I work, it's that this work must heal people, this work must inspire people, this work must move people.
Kudos to you, Arthur. Your healing voice through the lens is certainly taking the future of South African photography to a whole new level.
Kudos to Arthur indeed, a true South African icon. We're going to take a quick ad break. When we come back, we're taking you on a picnic. You definitely don't want to miss it. It's Trendz Live on SABC. Welcome back to Trendz Live on SABC. Keep those mentions coming on X. Our handle is @Trendz on SABC. Now, picnics are the ultimate summer gathering. As it becomes hotter, such outdoor events bring people together to enjoy good food, fine wine, and warm company. We attended a unique picnic with a twist where wine enthusiasts and foodies came together to explore the latest trends in food and wine pairing. Join us as we uncover the secrets to elevating your culinary experience.
Picnic seasons are back and we love it for us. Shades are out, colors are bright, and of course the clothing is always popping. Every single day there is a picnic popping up somewhere, and you'll find us on the ground capturing all the moments. Wine is part of a lifestyle, but you have to speak a certain way. You have to drink it a certain way. You have to pair it a certain way. And I'm here to give you the 411. Yes, honey. Get it? Come with us.
Wine lovers gathered to flex their knowledge and learn about the latest trends in wine and food pairing. Sun hats, cold beverages, great company. What's not to love?
I think a lot of people are looking for something to do on weekends, particularly in Johannesburg. So there's something to do and they have an interest in wine, and there's a lot of education here as well where consumers can learn about wine pairing. We've got a tasting room where we talk about the different wines and the different foods that could go together. And obviously wine, people like to taste different wines because you tend to buy what you know. So this gives you an opportunity to go around and taste the different wines.
Food was the order of the day. So of course, MasterChef contestants were there, networking and catching up on the latest food and wine pairing trends.
Well, I always cook with wine. That's how we do for me and Zach. I'm the wine lover. I really love incorporating wine in my cuisine, and I think it's a really beautiful flavor enhancer. And I love sipping some wine as well. So yeah, that's how we're a little bit different, Zach and I. But they are amazing 0% wines. They are amazing 0% substitutes that you can use if you can't work with wine and work with alcohol.
No picnic is complete without live music. After a day of tasting and pairing, patrons gathered to enjoy the show.
First of all, the weather was amazing, the people 10 out of 10, the wine was spectacular, and just the general vibes is what we really came here for, and it did not disappoint.
You will not believe this. I found an actual diehard supporter of Trendz Life and Trendz Travel, Odette. She came to me and said, I literally watch your show every single Friday on SABC 2, and we go to interesting places, and guess what? Today we are interestingly with her. How do you feel?
Oh, I'm loving it. I love your show. I'm an avid supporter. I watch it every Friday, and it was a bonus to meet you in the flesh. At the show.
How do you feel now that you're going to appear on Trendz Travel?
My 15 minutes of fame, or my 5 minutes of fame.
We pete abantwana nabo buti bahoto because
Trendz Life,
yes, honey.
Oh, I absolutely love it. My goodness me. Listen, here's another feel-good one. They say when you look good, you feel good. It cannot be denied that we pay a lot of our attention to our outer looks, and this can change when the energy you walk into a room is in your favor. Beauty is a multi-million-dollar industry consisting of nails and hair care, as well as the makeup. Our producer, Refilwe Matela, caught up with Mzansi's most influential personalities to find out their tips of the exclusive launch of the beauty parlor, the Penthouse in Sandton.
Celebrity hairstylist and makeup artist Xola Madubedube's journey as a beauty business owner is nothing short of inspirational. She and her team are the glam gurus behind some of SA's celebrities and influencers.
I started it, I think I was 22. I didn't know much. But my sister has been really instrumental in assisting me, the influencers that we work with, the celebrities that we work with. Of course, it's difficult. It takes daily showing up, really being committed to the vision. So it's really been a long journey, but such a blissful one at the same time. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
I used to go to a house, used to do my glam for my gigs, and we kind of set the standard when it comes to like DJs showing up, glam, looks for gigs, and we've been together since.
When a woman feels good, they do better. So confidence is there, it's the highlight of everything. And when your hair is done, when your nails are done, and most importantly, when you believe that you look good, that inner confidence just kicks in. Trends come and go, but if you have a bob at home, I know a lot of people have bobs, put a bit of color in that. Do a bit of color, put a bit of purple, a bit of blonde. We are in that season. Push the limit a bit.
Put us into the Penthouse, put us onto the trends. Your 2024 spring summer trends?
Makeup, definitely dewy, glossy, giving sun-kissed, always classic. Nails definitely pop. It's summer, so you definitely want to make sure your nails are popping, your nails are long, they have some detail.
Award-winning content creator Ndamase shared her top tip to looking flawless. Skin is definitely in.
Global warming is a real thing. It's getting hotter. So if you want your makeup to last, now I'm being for real, you need a fan. You need a fan. Hydration. Skin can't be ashy. Makeup doesn't look good on ashy skin. It doesn't matter how expensive it is. Hydrate your skin.
We've seen you come into your own in the beauty space, so very proud as we celebrate Pride Month as well. Your tips for the guys and the girlies, what should we be doing?
Hydrate, in and out, drink your water, hydrate your skin. It's so essential because you're going to break out, your skin is going to be irritated, and we don't want irritated skin this summer.
Having good skin is so in, so you must start with the canvas. You want your skin to glow. Korean beauty, thank me later. But I mean, having that, donut glazed skin, you can go really natural, which is so in. Just using the blush, the concealer, not covering too much of the face because it is hot. And then also going full glam, but also toning down with the amount of products that you use.
A large trend in recent months has been around fragrances. That final spritz can add another dimension to your look.
Always use either body oil or some sort of petroleum jelly before applying your fragrance. If you want your fragrance to last throughout the entire day, make sure your skin is well nourished and then spritz that all over you.
There's an unspoken sisterhood that lies in getting ready with your girls for a night out on the town. These tips from those in the limelight are essential. I hope you took notes.
I think it was a gentleman called Tom Ford who said smelling good is a form of good manners. We absolutely love it. Listen, we're going to take a quick ad break. When we come back, his South African rising star. His name is KgosiOtsile and he's in the building. You definitely want to watch it. It's Trendz Live. Welcome back to the show. Remember to keep those mentions coming on X. The handle is @Trendz on SABC. Now, something truly exciting. The artist we have in studio today is not just young, but he's dynamic, he's slick, he's smart, he's God-fearing, and an overall talented hip-hop star on the rise. KgosiOtsile is set to make waves in the music scene with the official launch of his much-anticipated new EP titled No Test, No Testimony. His music is filled with motivation, prayer, and a call for peace in the world. A grade 11 pupil from the National School of the Arts, KgosiOtsile is fast making his mark in the entertainment industry, having been a professional performer in shows choreographed by South African icons such as Gregory Maqoma. He's ready to take South Africa by the storm, and he is here tonight. KgosiOtsile in the building.
Yes,
Welcome
sir.
to Trendz Live.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm amazing.
That's great. It's a Friday night, so you don't have school tomorrow.
I don't. Yeah, just so I can catch your breath.
I absolutely love it. Listen, I want to chat to you about your music. Talk to me about where your musical career and journey begins.
So my musical career actually began about 2 years ago when my older brother introduced me to music, and he started teaching me the whole process of writing, and ever since I've taken all the notes that he's given me and I've implemented them into this new EP. And it's been long coming, man. We've been working on it for about a year now. So yeah, it's been a journey.
I mean, we're happy that it's coming finally. We can't wait for it to finally land. But talk to me about your type of music, your vibe. I mean, you're a hip-hop artist, but like, are you like 90s hip-hop? Are you new age hip-hop? Chat to me about that.
I'd like to believe that I'm very modern hip-hop. I believe in infusing gospel with hip-hop, right? And at this current moment, the way that I write to worship the Lord's word and just have a good time. You know? Create a trendy song, create a vibey song so everyone can pop to it while getting closer to God.
It's also music with a purpose. I like that because you're showing that just because it's hip hop and it's very trendy doesn't mean that you need to take out who you are and your spirituality from out of it. That's incredible. You are in grade 11. What did your family say? Because, hey, Bo, we want you to pass matric. How's that going? I mean, you brought your dad with you today. What did they say at home when you said, hey, I want to rap?
Man, honestly, so my dad actually, he was the one that gave me the idea to be like, hey, you can make music, right?
Okay.
And he supported me throughout. My mom was the one that was so scared. She was just like, you're already doing enough with dance and with school. But eventually once she saw that we're actually putting a lot of work into me as an artist and not just a dancer or a musician, that's when she came on board, and man, she's been supportive ever since.
I like the fact that your choice of words, because you don't say she wasn't supportive, you say she was scared. And that's the truth with parents all around. But chat to me about how you finding the balance between studying, finding time to write music, recording studio. How's that balance for you?
Honestly, I'm terrible at time management.
Hey,
right?
what do you mean?
But I have an amazing team behind me. I have my parents, I have my older brother and my manager, and they help me schedule everything so that when I'm at school I can focus solely on school. When I'm in the studio I can focus solely on dance, and when I'm in the booth we work on music. So there are no conflicts, there are no mishaps, everything just flows, and that's why we're able to create such beautiful works.
Talk about discipline, scheduled to a T. I love it. Let's chat about the music. Your new EP is coming up. It's titled No Test, No Testimony. Talk to me about it. What inspired it? Who are you working with on the EP? Just tell me about it.
So No Test, No Testimony was actually a wild idea from my dad, and he basically was like, listen, I've heard your music and you talk a lot about God, so why not, you know, bring it to the Bible, right? And I was so on board with the idea because it just made sense with the music that's in the EP, right? And on this EP, I am working with my producer, one of my producers, Kafis, and my little brother actually on one of the tracks. He is 11 years old.
Hey!
And you know, he might be my lead vocalist.
Okay.
Gotta start him young.
I was about to say, I think I was gonna say your dad is onto something. Put them to work well done. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But there's also my producer, T-Kid, the Sways. So we're working with a large group of people, and man, I could never thank them enough for the amount of work that they've put into this.
Yeah. I mean, we love it. We really, really love it. It's also testament, like it's so inspiring because you really are in grade 11. I want to find out before I let you go, what's next for you? Future collabs, who do you want to work with? After you drop the EP, are we looking at an album? What's next for KgosiOtsile?
Okay. So we are actually in the talks at the moment to work on an album after this. So after the launch, which is on Sunday, at the National School of the Arts, I am going to start working for the EP. And honestly, the people that I'd love to work with, man, there's so many names I couldn't even pick, but the likes of Nasty C, the likes of Blackie, you know, J. Cole, 6lack, those are my people, so I'd definitely love an opportunity to meet them one day.
I thought you'd also throw in some A-Reese in there.
You know, I love him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But you gotta aim big.
Oh, wow. Shots fired. I will not say anything more on that. Before I let you go, one more time, talk to me about why you think it's important to use your music to make an impact. Because, I mean, you really are fairly young and you still have an incredible career ahead of you. Why is it important to send out the right message and to create a positive impact with your music?
So I was raised in a family where I was told with great power comes great responsibility,
100%.
right? And from that, I was able to take away that in order to display or like show a message to someone, you need to be true to yourself and be honest about what you're talking about, right? And I believe that whenever I speak from the heart, and I speak intentionally with the intent of helping the next person, right? And if that person is able to be helped, then they can help the next person. So it's a chain reaction. And I just believe that if we all work together and people actually listen and play my music, they can learn a lot, because I take a lot from the Bible, I take a lot from the Lord, and man, I just pray that everyone understands and is able to relate, you know. Yeah.
Okay, so where do we catch you for performances, Gena? When the EP drops, where do we stream it? Where do we download it? Are there any shows coming up? Chat to me about that.
So in terms of shows, at the moment we're still in talks about gigs and whatnot, as we were mainly focused on getting this EP launch out of the way. And in terms of socials, you can find me on TikTok and Instagram on KgosiOtsile_4. And my music is out on all platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, etc. But in terms of performances, right now, I think we're going to keep it on the down low until everything is confirmed.
Okay, definitely. I'll give you that much. Yes. It's okay, it's okay. I like the fact that you said, you know, so much responsibility, and you said your name means the king has come, the king is coming. So heavy is the head that wears the crown. We're absolutely really proud of you. We wish you all the best. I mean, I think you're in great hands. Your career is going to take off. We can't wait for the EP, and we want an album afterwards, because you musicians like doing this thing.
It'll definitely come.
Ah, man, ladies and gentlemen, he's South Africa's rising star. His name is KgosiOtsile. You can catch him on the socials. You can stream his brand new EP. It's titled No Test, No Testimony. That's where we end the interview. Now we're back again next week, Friday, for another installment of Trendz Live. We're live at 8 p.m. only on SABC News Channel 404. But you can call me Mne. For now, until next time, from my heart to yours, au revoir, bye-bye.
Drop that heat, bruh.
Tryna get my kicks imported, or get a white body imported. Find out what got need a bum jive in the back for the money for a nice time. Tryna get my kicks imported, get a white body imported. Find out what got need a bum jive in the back for the money for a nice time. Woes, woes, woes. Give me my cheeks. Woes, woes, woes. Give me my woes, woes, woes. Give me my cheeks. Woes, woes, woes. Give me my. Yo, it's funny how they switch. Your predator vibes, you better not slip up. Switching sides just to pick you up, fill you up in lies like a piece of pie. And now is my time to fly in the goods. I do as I should. I'm there at the ghost to, but when I spook with, then I disappear. About to give a throw. I'm trying to get my gigs imported. Runs in the family, know we important. Just trying to make up for it, the schedule is tight. Just book an appointment, just got appointed. As the king of the town, I'm running the game. They losing their minds, just entered the race and I left them behind. Is you down for the ride? Just pull out the mic. Trying to get my kicks imported, get a wide body imported. Find out who got need a bum job in the back for the money for a nice time. Trying to get my kicks imported, get a wide body imported. Find out who got need a bum job in the back for the money for a nice time. Wolves, wolves, wolves. Give me my cheeks. Wolves, wolves, wolves. Give me my wolves, wolves, wolves. Give me my cheeks. Wolves, wolves, wolves. Give me my. Go from the pressure, I'm glistening. Open with the body, check if you're listening. I'm a resident, she ain't feeling it. Why you looking like I'm speaking Mandarin? Take you for a spin, sit and listen to music. Way that I'm stacking these racks is amusing. I'm showing no mercy, they call me abusive. Lurking in the shadows, just call me elusive. Patience is money, you know I'm a beat. I fight for my honey, I be pushing P. You tell me to fake, you're pushing my buttons, that's a big mistake. Don't set me up unless you wanna get baked or put on the grill. I smile for the haters, they feeling the chill. I got them clapping for me. Looking back, it's really hard to believe. The very same niggas they hated on me, now they pay a fee, yeah, just to see me planting my seeds. They down on their knees, they begging for mercy, said they come in peace. Addicted to me, they leave it on repeat. Thought I was weak, just look at the digits. Hating on the grind, they tell me to quit. Just give me a minute. Now that I'm back in my zone, kicks imported, get a wide body imported. Find out what guys need a bum job in the back for the money for a nice time. Trying to get my kicks imported, get a wide body imported. Find out what guys need a bum job in the back for the money for a nice time. Wolves, wolves, wolves. Give me my cheeks. Wolves, wolves, wolves. Give me my wolves, wolves, wolves. Give me my cheeks. Wolves, Whoops, whoops.